Hello, everyone. I just wanted to reach out and kind of update you guys. First and foremost, I definitely want to thank each and every one of you who have reached out with your support, with your love over just the past week since I posted, the video, the short video in regards to my journeys and struggles at Oklahoma City Community College. Man, that the day that I posted that video, guys, I mean, it just the floodgates opened. What I mean by that is that there were thousands of views, there were hundreds of comments and shares. There were so many former, current faculty, staff, and employees who had made comments on or posted. There were several who reached out to me personally in regards to their support, but more importantly, also to share their experiences with me as well. So I am glad that I don't regret posting, that video last week because it did prompt others to actually come forward as well. And I also need to really thank the Pioneer newspaper at Oklahoma City Community College for printing several stories just in the past week in regards to support, showing the support for faculty, staff, and employees, and also highlighting and following up for my post in regards to this environment, this punitive and retaliatory culture that many of us perceive that we've endured for years at Oklahoma City Community College. For example, in the latest edition, which I'm going to provide links below for you guys to read a couple of these stories, which are really interesting and really only confirms what myself and others have also experienced as well. But one of the things, in this particular edition, the title states, "Employees claim college doesn't protect from bad bosses." The Pioneer, the executive director of marketing and public relations, actually stated that they believe that they do their jobs exceptionally well. So the director of marketing and public relations is referring to HR. He's saying that it's HR's job. This is a quote here from the Pioneer. "It's HR's job to investigate, interview, and otherwise collect information to make determinations about any wrongdoing in our workplace, and we believe they do their jobs exceptionally well." Of course, understand that, when I read this, I took that as a slap in the face, not only for myself, but the countless others that have also experienced, what they perceive to be also retaliation, harassment, discrimination, hostile work environment, workplace, and so forth. So to come out and say that you believe that, HR does their job exceptionally well, if that was the case, then, there wouldn't be as many faculty, staff, and employees that have filed grievances with the college. And you wouldn't see as many employees, even to this day, that are stepping forward anonymously, of course, but at least stepping forward and acknowledging, there is a problem. So I definitely, when I read that comment by the executive director of marketing and public relations, I mean, I read that as, really to kind of confirm with me the disconnect that I believe that administration has in terms of what's really going on and how are employees really treated at Oklahoma City Community College. My story basically kind of, opened the floodgates for others to feel compelled to come forward. And I definitely appreciate them and I support them. And I know that they have to be courageous in order to do so. One of the current faculty members here shared their story as it relates to mine. And I'm just reading, quotes from the Pioneer newspaper here. This current faculty member stated, quote, "After my own experience several years ago with filing a grievance against a supervisor and then being further retaliated against, I concluded that OCCC policies in human resources would not protect me. Furthermore, they stated, many other faculty have had to remain silent and not file complaints against their supervisor in fear of the same difficulties. Quote, I have seen too many of my colleagues resign instead of fight for their jobs against an offending supervisor because they did not have the money for a lawsuit or did not have the emotional energy to fight the school. There's several former faculty members, staff members that reached out to me personally who basically said the same thing. Said, Marcus, I didn't have the money. I didn't have the resources. I was already stressed, depressed, in counseling, therapy, diagnosed with, depression, PTSD. I mean, you name it. I couldn't deal with it anymore. I just basically had to resign and walk away for my own well-being. And the Pioneer also highlights another faculty member who also shared their experiences in terms of what they believed was, quote, consistent harassment, from a former supervisor. They went on to share that story as well in this edition. Once again, I'm going to provide the link to this story. And there's another story, too, that the Pioneer mentioned. And I want you to read that, too. And that one's titled, it was an open letter to the, quote, President Office upgrades wasteful spending. It was basically by an anonymous faculty member who reached out to the Pioneer, and based on Open Records request, the Pioneer printed that the president spent almost $1 million on upgrades to the president's office. When faculty hadn't had raises for nearly 10 years, when the bathrooms that are all on campus used had toilet seats falling off, and when the nursing department was begging for more classroom space. What else here? They highlight that the president spent $64,000 on furniture, fixtures, and equipment. The president spent $1,200 for a power recliner sofa, spent about $1,100 on a two-piece desk, purchased a brand new heating and air unit, which cost about $309,000. This is a really interesting story too, because to me it ties into another reason why morale is so low and has been for years at Oklahoma City Community College. So, I'm not, you guys go into the Pioneer, read the story, the two stories. I think they're definitely worth reading. But as I told you guys last week, I would definitely update you. I basically reached out to resources, basically attorneys. I reached out to HR last week and asked them, I said, hey, I've got some interviews that I've been requested to participate in. I just need to know, basically what policies can you reference for me to make sure that when I conduct these interviews that I don't say or do anything that would violate any policy. So can you kind of help me, assist me, kind of steer me in the right direction? Their response was basically get legal counsel. Here's a link to all of the policies, the lengthy list of policies at the college, and get legal counsel to look over them. That was kind of HR's response, which wasn't surprising. I mean, it wasn't surprising to me, and I can tell you it's not going to be surprising to others when they see this video as well. But with that being said, I basically gathered everything that I need in order to do my sit-down interview, which will take place this week, and I hope to air that for you guys this week as well. Once again, which will go through more detail in terms of my own experiences that I've endured and continue to endure at Oklahoma City Community College. So this is your update, guys. I will keep you posted, but once again, I definitely appreciate all of the support and all the love that you guys have thrown my way. And I can tell you it's been very uplifting, and I can tell you that it's uplifted others as well too. I can guarantee you that. And the others I'm referring to are the others that also endured or are currently enduring or experiencing these things right now. So I'll keep you posted. Please click on the links below to read those couple of news articles, and I'll definitely update you when I post the interview. All right, guys, thank you.